Welcome back. I'm my Moosey Fate.
Grew defense mode.
HLC Punk.
And we're breaking doors. Okay, we're not doing shit.
That was totally Unepic. That was amazing.
I'm going to. I have bullets.
And a strong personality.
A killer personality.
Oh, he's not even.
That's the one.
I guess maybe we didn't have to come upstairs.
I guess not.
Which doesn't make sense.
I feel like that was the way to get out. And
what are the floors sound so squishy?
That's a good point.
Walking on blood and.
You know what? Maybe they sound echoey, kind of.
Oh my god! What the fuck? Oh fuck!
By the way, do you have to fight her again?
Oh my god!
I told you not to pull out random guns.
What would you have done? I was getting attacked with a chainsaw.
Shot with a normal damn gun, not wasting rounds on something could not be even real.
Well, guess what? It happened, and that's the way it is.
Because Stone Cold said so.
Shit. Still can't go out there. Okay.
Well, just keep going that way.
The fuck? Just end this horrible nightmare. Hi, little girl. I'm coming.
You guys.
No.
Maybe have a little bit of personality.
No! Get that away from me!
Don't use it on her. You gotta use it on her body. See, you're not even really... Oh,
Yeah.
that was creepy. When did that happen?
Just now.
Cool.
You're gonna have to find Grandma.
Yeah, whenever I find Grandma, that's what's gonna happen. No
Because
shit.
this is convoluted right now.
Sure is.
Don't go back upstairs. See if you can go in the other room.
I don't want to hurt you.
We know, you've said 100 times. No, go under the building.
Under the building?
Yeah, like we did before. Oh, no,
There
she's
she
right
is.
there.
Oh, I've already forgotten.
Who are you? What are we doing?
Where are you at?
I don't know
This
how I
is
feel
crazy.
about this.
Probably upstairs now, right?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's try upstairs again. Yeah, this is a lot of running around this for. Yeah, I know. You wanna help me. Yeah, we're sweet on each other.
Get away!
Oh, whoa, she fucking actually hurt me.
Well,
What happened?
we died. That's what happened.
That was interesting.
Yeah.
By interesting, I mean kind of annoying.
Mmm.
You would think you'd have to use her body, which would be...
Okay.
Well, she's still kind of hurting you, though. There you go.
I'm gonna get you, little girl. Gotcha. Oh, yeah. Just take your medicine.
See, still, to me that doesn't make any sense.
Well, remember, I'm still kind of like in a dream
No.
state. So
Now it does.
There it is. Because you cry blood? Let's start there.
It's kind of creepy. Ugh. Everything's so dramatic in this game.
It's Resident Evil. Also, it's Japan. Japan's over the top with anything that they do.
I know, but it's like cheesy dramatic.
It's awesome though.
Oh, gross.
That is cool.
Kill it. That's hilarious to me. I don't. That only like making me laugh.
Oh shit. Cool face grab.
I would be. I think it's safe to say that this is probably our final boss.
Yeah, I think this is the final boss, but then there's still Lucas. Oh, that was it?
Yeah.
Oh,
It's for the next one, then.
that's kind of anticlimactic.
Oh, well, you know, obviously Ethan isn't gonna kill it.
Whoa!
Oh, really? You're gonna have Ethan kill it? But he's like the worst.
Oh, come
I
on
feel like you don't
now.
have enough ammo for this.
Yeah, I don't think so.
And there's a helicopter up there.
Yeah, come on, helicopter, do something.
Shoot the helicopter and have it land on a thing.
Oh. No. Stop that. Resist.
Resist.
Block. Resist button.
I feel like that
This
should
is
have killed
just-
me.
Just.
Yeah, not the greatest ending boss fight by any means. Oh, come on now. Can I even heal?
Yeah. Albert. How cute.
Nice. They did it.
Oh my god, he's so lame! He's like the worst character ever created. I am going to substitute Max Cougar for Ethan.
Oh, goodness.
You
Just fall.
kind of like your broomstick?
Yeah, the tentacles are like a broomstick. Now say something cool like, fuck!
Stay dead!
It's stay dead! Fuck? Yeah, nailed it.
He can just not say anything and probably go over better.
Great. Now what happens?
Helicopters.
Who cares?
Oh no. Everybody
been-
cares. Everybody cares. I
think
can't believe
like
we
the
were only
halfway-
like 2 episodes away from finishing last recording. This is it. This has to be
Did it. But we didn't know. There was a whole thing of soul mines. We didn't know how long they were gonna
Oh
take.
no.
Is he still wearing like nice loafers?
Oh yeah.
Can we point that out?
Yeah, what's up, dude?
What the hell is that you got on this
How is
shit?
he carrying all that?
I'm Redfield. Glad we found you.
If he's supposed to be Chris, he does not look like Chris.
The fuck took you guys so long?
I don't know, guys.
I mean, it feels like a Resident Evil ending. The original endings suck too.
Okay, but this isn't the original game from like the 1900s.
Oh yeah, but the ending's still going. The last boss sucked. Who cares?
I don't know. I was out like halfway through on this being like an actually good game. Like it was fun and it was worth the experience. To me, it was
They say that when one door closes,
not good. It was not good.
I thoroughly enjoyed it. I thought it was awesome.
It had fun experiences.
I liked it. I'd like to see what they'd come up with next, though.
Oh
Yeah, me too.
Like,
I mean,
stick
it's
with
a
this
good
premise, but
yeah,
like,
it was a
somebody
good try.
else to write the story and the
Yeah.
ending and stuff.
Evelyn, who made them?
Oh my god, I'm so lame. Nobody cares what you're saying. You're the worst character.
But you're flying in Umbrella Corps.
Mess.
So you know those commercials are like, that's a bad quote. Like they could just use anything that Ethan says.
I don't think you're putting this behind you.
Maybe this is where the next door opens.
Oh, please don't ever give us Ethan again.
All right,
We did it.
we did it.
We made it.
That's number 1, everybody.
Holy cow.
Oh, what's going on now? Credits?
Nothing.
Uh-oh.
They're just gonna be like, this is what was supposed to be good about the game. I'm kidding. It wasn't that bad.
No, I loved it. It was
I'm-
literally like one of my favorite
It's a-
Resident Evils, period.
Ooh, yuck.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so do you want to do an aftercast?
Oh, no, we're going to do like a little podcast about the experience, but I mean like...
Because I wanted to talk about how we sort of felt about it now that we're done.
Oh, yeah, we could talk about it.
Do you want to do them for the next 3 minutes or do another one?
I don't know, yeah, let's go ahead and start talking a little bit about how we
Like,
feel
if
about
you
it.
had to score it 1 through 10, what would you give it?
I would have gave it an 8. It was solid.
What about you?
Probably 7 or 8.
I feel like mine's closer to a 5 or a 6.
Ooh, that's shiesty.
Yeah, gameplay wonky.
Survival horror, though.
Right, but you gotta get past it at some point. Okay, that's fine if it's survival horror. The gunplay was difficult in some places, making things like the salt mines completely just a shit area to be in.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Salt
that
Mines
was
was
kind of
great.
pointless, the salt mines.
And
were.
being
Salt
in
Mines
the fucking boat was cool, but again, with so many enemies and stuff like that, and bad gameplay makes it a shit place to be in when you have enemies.
But...
The beginning, I will give the first,
So, like,
probably,
first half of the game.
First half of the game to me is a 10. Like, till you get
Oh,
to
yeah,
Lucas's point. If they would have ended it somewhere around there, I think I still would have felt like it was a 10 and it was totally worth it.
Like, if they would have ended it at the boss fight when he was throwing all the grenades and the eyeballs.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So then I probably would have been like, yeah, 10. It's got that weird old Resident Evil feel and it's kind of wonky, but it was a good first try.
I am going to say this, though, about the boat. If the boat was a much more interesting place, kind of how the house was, where you were actually running around this kind of maze-like area, it would have been way better, because that's what felt the most like an old-school Resident Evil to me, was actually the boat.
No, I
And once-
agree. I like the puzzles and stuff and a lot of the stuff in the boat.
It's just the enemies are bland.
You know what I didn't like? That it felt like it was a useless fucking point in the story, and I felt like we did a bunch of shit that we didn't need to do, didn't matter, and the characters were really bad. Like, Ethan ruined 90% of this game for me.
Yeah, he was horrible.
He was a really shitty character. It made me stop caring about why we're actually playing this.
Ethan and Evelyn were really weak in the acting department, and I liked everybody else, though.
Yeah, I liked all the enemies there. All
I liked
Pretty
the 3 of the family members.
Yeah, the
were
3
good.
family members were fucking amazing. I like them better than Wesker.
I will never. Wesker is my boo. So me and Wesker are getting married. Actually, I didn't tell you that.
Nah.
But
It's a good thing he's in a volcano.
I'll go. But I don't know. To me, I stopped caring about why we were even doing any of it at some point.
Well, the whole point was just to go get your girlfriend back, but it's kind of like, after seeing so many cool locations...
Well, I guess that the house was a
And-
cool enough location.
I love the house. The house is great.
To me, the house was kind of alive with interesting stuff.
It was alive. It was great. Like,
Right.
the house was good. The boat was all right. It just had potential, but I don't think they used it.
It felt like
Yeah,
we didn't
yeah, they
need
coulda
to
used
be
it
there
better.
in this game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It was a
Like,
good
why
space
are
that they
we
didn't
here
go
right
for.
now?
Salt mines just kind of seemed pointless.
Salt Mines was dumb.
And
That
then,
entire ending
yeah,
was
that was very
literally
anticlimactic.
pointless.
And the last boss fight was terrible. Terrible last boss fight.
And that's what ruined Gears of War 2 for us.
Cinematic
really
boss fights
bad
have no
boss
place in
fights.
video games. Let's continue talking through the credits because I do want to see what we get, if we get a special ending or anything like that. Because Resident Evil has always been good on, like, depending on how fast you beat it, depending on what you collect or
You have to
what you
start
do.
from the beginning with the rocket launcher and a new outfit.
Right,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
cool stuff.
So we're gonna
game
go ahead and let
pluses.
this play out for everybody, so we can.
It'll be a little bit longer of one, and that's fine. It's the ending.
The weakest parts for me were, acting issues aside, because it's Japan coming to America, so
2017.
it's 2017 and it's still not good.
Yeah, that's to me a big hit.
Yeah, well, you gotta like the charm. You gotta like the charm.
I give them that they're trying to reinvent and come back, so they probably didn't put as much money into it because it's like starting a new IP.
I don't think they put a whole lot of money into the game, although it does look beautiful.
Yeah, no, I give them that, so I'm giving them a little leeway.
And
for
I'm
that.
gonna say this: if you know where you're going, this is a short game. This is like a couple hours slog if you know where you're going.
Actually, now you think about it.
Because I got caught up in mine in like no time. So it's one of those games that's going to be fun to come back to just to run through real quick. Especially because I do like Jack, I do like Lucas, I do like Marguerite.
I think it has some of the coolest puzzles.
Actually,
Yeah,
it has.
like I love the puzzles.
It has the best boss fights out of any Resident Evil period.
Yeah, except for the last one.
Right.
Except for maybe 4.
I like
I don't
this
know.
one because it gives me that nostalgia feel. Because the first one has always been my favorite.
Oh yeah, me too.
And it's kind of still got that same, even the cheesiness, even though this ain't as cheesy, but still.
Yeah, I'd have rather it been full blown cheesy and like worked with it.
Yeah.
Or just like super well acted and it kind of like the cheese kind of came by the goofiness.
cheese was on purpose.
Yeah.
It was well acted to where the cheese was on purpose.
Like Jack getting in the car and
Right. That
drive,
I mean,
that was fun and it was weird and crazy.
why would
and it
you
worked.
give us such a shitty main character? Is my question.
They went with the everyman. Like most games play
Chris
the
was
same.
the everyman, and he isn't that bad.
No, but yeah, he does have way more personality than Ethan.
He has a solemn personality.
Yeah.
Chris
Probably
is
just
like the
pointed-
silent soldier personality.
It's probably just point of view since it's a first-person game. They're just not trying to give him much personality because you're supposed to. It's
Well,
supposed
then
to be you.
he should have
kinda.
been like a silent protagonist or something versus
A wooden one.
I don't know what versus anything that they did with him. I liked 0% like Ethan.
You know what? As much as we made fun of him through the whole thing, it makes him likable just because. He's
I
fun to
agree.
make fun of.
Again, he's one of those like characters
He's
that
kind
are
of
just
like
fun to.
I don't love Family Guy, but I love to hate Meg. Like she's a terrible character, but hating on her is like the funnest part about the show.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, that aside, I would prefer a character that I could have, because it's fine to have a character you love to hate. Like I said, Max Cougar. Max Cougar's not your fucking main character. It makes you stop caring about why we're doing this or getting through the game when you don't care about your main characters. If it were a side character that's just like this really shitty douche that's by you that you're making fun of every time he comes into the picture and you're like, oh, this douche again. But that's every second of the game except for a boat. So I think that's a really major like turn
Yeah,
off
actually-
having 90% of the time a character that's that shitty.
Being able to play through it as Mia probably would have been a good idea.
Obviously she's a random badass because she just is like, oh, I'm in a boat and I'm supposed to be a babysitter and now I'm using an AK.
I would have rather have been stuck there and her not really know why she was there and then had to like see the memories and stuff come through.
I would have rather had like a Fatal Frame sort of situation where you don't have any weapons and you're moving through the boat and you're trying to not be noticed by Evelyn or stuff like that, and you had to use those vents.
That
You
would've
had to
been
find
cool.
stuff.
That does sound cool.
Because to me that would have made sense rather this supposed to be babysitter little girl sort of person just randomly like, oh, by the way, I know how to shoot all these guns and I'm probably better at it than Ethan.
I also think if the house would have been bigger, the repop with the molded coming into the house would have been much more effective because you would not only have gone back to familiar areas, but you would have been able to go through new areas while this fungus was taking over the house.
Agreed. I think that maybe if the fungus would have even changed some areas and opened them up, and then made it like that once it starts getting more drudgy.
Like running out through the swamp and stuff.
So I think that would have been a cool idea. Another big problem I have with it with a lot of shit just didn't make sense. Again, Mia, why is she now able to just, oh, look, I'm basically like a combat specialist because I'm doing a much better job than Ethan is.
We don't know anything about her, and she was on that boat for a reason.
Yeah.
Like, she was there to protect Evelyn.
That's true. Okay,
what was
that
the
makes
point
sense.
of collectibles anyway? Do you actually get anything if you get them all?
The coins, you get
usually
those
in
cool guns and
yeah.
I mean, like the
trials.
bobbleheads.
Usually in
Probably.
Resident Evil, they'll give you like we said, like New Game Plus, and you'll like unlock like unlimited ammo for a certain weapon. Or
I
something
hope
like
that they do bring like the chest don't transfer.
Yes.
That'd be a cool extra.
Another problem I had was the molded. Not even their design and stuff, just not enough variation, and the variations were just annoying at some point. Again, you said gameplay being wonky is part of the survival charm,
Right.
but you can't have action-fitted enemies with wonky gameplay, or else you just get frustrated. How many times did we get frustrated in action sequences?
Well, yeah. I mean, this game wasn't a great action game, and staying away from action would have been better.
To me, if
But-
we had the molded are a fine idea.
But that was the later game was much more tedious than the early game. The
I
early
agree.
game was
the
like
early game was fine.
the
You're
early game. I was
against
trying to play
the-
it like a first-person shooter, and it's like, no, you don't play it like a first-person shooter.
Right.
You play it like an old Resident Evil game where you
But you're in first
you
person.
run down a hallway and you shoot, and then you run down the hallway a little bit further and you shoot until the enemy.
Which
finally
was
falls
fine
and
when we're
dies.
dealing with like
Well,
the family members, but when we get to the molded, they're basically like when we're looking at something like Resident Evil 5 or 6 enemies.
yeah.
But it doesn't play like that.
Let's go ahead and throw out. Are we all in agreement the ending was kind of eh?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
How would you have ended it?
I would have ended it going to the ship. Again, I don't even know if we would have needed technically that sequence. I would have changed a ton of things, so my ending would have been way different.
After the boss where you fought, what's his name, with the eyeballs,
Yeah.
instead of going to the boat, they probably could have just done like a completely different area and just kind of work up to like an actual climactic boss fight instead of like that cinematic whatever with the old lady thing at the end.
Yeah, I feel like it could have maybe even had like not even necessarily like a giant awesome boss fight like that, and maybe more of a thought-provoking boss fight trying to find Evelyn. And getting into her, because just walking up to her and blocking all the time, I think maybe say again say we did the idea with the molded changing all the stuff in the house. Sorry, I was looking at that. But say we did that with the molded changing all the stuff in the house. So, what if you're trying to find her within all this changingness? Stuff is happening.
I would have ended it with Lucas showing up at the end to finish off Ethan, but not realizing he was now normal. And accidentally killing himself. Or hurting himself in a way that was kind of a
I don't think
cheesy horror
Ethan's
movie
now
ending.
normal, right? Is he?
Actually,
I mean,
Lucas is now normal, is he? You
We
didn't
don't
use
know.
any antidote on him.
No, but she was the, like, core.
But they're already,
they're all
infected.
So he got away, so...
Him and what the fuck is her name?
I kind of have another idea, kind of playing off your thing with the hide and seek thing or whatever. Like saying like a different area after you get past that last boss fight, whatever, and then you find like maybe somewhere on the property there's like an old decrepit like carnival or something that you're like running around trying to find her in, and
or even if you were going to use the boat for that, like say her
Or
real body or
Louisiana
something.
boat.
Yeah, say her real body or whatever. She ended up going back there to protect something that you weren't supposed to see, and then so you're trying to find your way through it.
I'm gonna stop you there.
Okay.
Save it for the podcast.
Yes, we'll have to do that.
Well,
But
that was our first game for you guys of Resident Evil 7. And I'm Gerd Fence Mode.
I'm my Moosey Fate.
I'm HLC Punk.
And we'll see you next time.
I hope you enjoyed it. And follow us around.
Yeah. Later.